A cop's fall, justice at a hero's funeral. The autumn sun cast long shadows over Arlington National Cemetery, where a sea of mourners gathered to honor General Marcus Thompson, a four-star general and the highest-ranking black officer in U.S. military history. His funeral drew the nation's elite senators, generals, even the president each there to pay respects to a man who rose from a small Georgia town to command America's armed forces. But what began as a solemn farewell would unravel a decades-long conspiracy, expose a rogue cop, and spark a reckoning that no one saw coming. Officer Daniel Harris adjusted his badge, his jaw tight as he scanned the crowd. At 45, with 23 years on the Lakeside County Force, Harris had seen it aller, so he thought. Assigned to security detail for the funeral, he muttered to his partner, Officer Lopez, "Look at this show. All for one guy." His tone carried an edge, one Lopez ignored but noted. Harris's eyes lingered on Dr. Nathan Thompson, the general's son, as he stepped from a black sedan with his wife, Clara, and their children, 10-year-old Emma and 7-year-old Liam. Something about Nathan's tailored suit and calm demeanor stirred a memory Harris couldn't place a traffic stop years ago, maybe, where he'd made a black doctor sit on a curb for nearly an hour. Among the mourners stood Colonel Robert Evans, General Thompson's protege. His crisp uniform hid the grief he carried for the man who'd mentored him through 3 combat tours. As the flag-draped coffin passed, Robert whispered, "You deserve to see the America you fought for." The ceremony unfolded with precision. A 21-gun salute, fighter jets roaring overhead in the missing man formation. But then, chaos erupted. Nathan reached into his jacket for his father's old pocket watch, a keepsake from 3 wars. "Gun!" Harris shouted, drawing his service weapon and aiming it at Nathan's head. The crowd froze. Secret Service agents tensed, unsure of the threat. Nathan's hand stilled, the watch glinting as it fell to the grass. "I'm unarmed," he said, voice steady. "I'm the general's son." Harris advanced, finger on the trigger. "Get down, or I'll shoot." Robert stepped forward, hands raised. "Officer, I'm Colonel Robert Evans, U.S. Army. Lower your weapon. This is Dr. Thompson." Harris swung his gun toward Robert. "Back off, or you're next." Emma's scream pierced the silence as Clara pulled her children behind her. Phones captured every second, and within hours, the video was everywhere. CNN, X, every corner of the internet. America watched a white cop threaten 2 black men at a military hero's funeral. What no one knew then was that this moment would unravel Harris's 20-year reign of terror. District Attorney Elizabeth Ward, 42, watched the viral clip in her office, her gut telling her this wasn't a one-off. "Get me Harris's full record," she told her assistant. "Every stop, every shooting, every complaint." Across town, Nathan found a hidden journal in his father's old briefcase. The entries, spanning decades, detailed a pattern: 17 black men, all unarmed, killed by Harris. The final note read, "Evidence ready. DOJ meeting next week. This ends now." Meanwhile, FBI agent Laura Bennett arrived at Lakeside County's police headquarters. At 38, she'd dismantled corrupt departments before, but this case felt different. Chief William Carter greeted her with a forced smile. "Federal oversight isn't necessary," he said. "We're handling it internally." Laura's reply was curt. 17 deaths tied to one officer isn't internal. "I need your files." She soon found gaps: missing reports, misfiled cases. Something, or someone, was protecting Harris. Back at the Thompson home, Clara drew the curtains as another news van parked outside. "Why did that cop hate Daddy?" Liam asked. Nathan knelt, his voice soft but heavy. "Some people judge by skin, not character, son." Upstairs, Emma hadn't spoken since the funeral, her black dress still on. "Is Daddy going to die?" she whispered to Clara. The question hit like a fist. Robert, working from a secure military database, uncovered a lead. Harris's brief army stint in Iraq overlapped with General Thompson's command. A sealed incident from 2004 hinted at misconduct. A distorted voice on a blocked call confirmed it. "Check Harris's deployment." The general had files. "Find them." That night, Harris returned home to a shattered window and red paint spelling "killer" on his door. His wife, Susan, was packing. "I saw the video, Dan," she said, zipping a suitcase. "I saw your face." The trial began in Lakeside County Courthouse, a marble monument to justice that many in the Black community distrusted. Protesters clashed outside, some demanding accountability, others waving "Support our police" signs. Inside, DA Ward faced defense attorney Michael Grant, a slick ex-prosecutor known for shielding cops. The jury, 9 white, 2 black, 1 Asian, listened as Ward laid out her case. "Ladies and gentlemen," Ward began, "this isn't just about a gun at a funeral. It's about an officer who, for 20 years, targeted Black men with impunity. Daniel Harris didn't see a grieving son that day. He saw a Black man and assumed danger. That bias drove him to kill 17 unarmed Black men, protected by a system that rewarded him." Grant countered, "Policing is tough. Split-second decisions save lives. Harris acted to protect the president and others. Those past incidents, all investigated, all justified. Don't let politics cloud justice." Nathan took the stand, recounting the terror of staring down Harris's barrel. Under cross-examination, Grant painted him as privileged, out of touch. Nathan's jaw tightened. "Success doesn't stop racism, Mr. Grant. It just changes how it looks." Next, Officer Morales, Harris's former partner, admitted Harris called Black neighborhoods hunting grounds. The gallery gasped as Morales described a call where Harris nearly shot an unarmed man at a birthday party, laughing about number 18. The bombshell came when Susan Harris testified. Clutching a USB drive, she revealed a storage unit where Harris kept records of the Order of the Line, a secret group of officers targeting Black men. "I heard him last night," she said, voice breaking. "He ordered a hit on Colonel Evans to stop his testimony." Harris lunged, shouting, "You liar." Deputies restrained him as Judge Henry Lawson demanded order. Agent Bennett, meanwhile, found the storage unit. Photos, ledgers, and bank records mapped out the order's cleansings, killings of Black men, especially veterans who filed complaints. A ledger listed Harris's name beside 23 entries, more than any other officer. Most chilling was a recording from General Thompson's office, capturing Chief Carter threatening him weeks before his death. "You don't want to do this, Marcus. We all die eventually." The trial's climax came when Robert testified about his brother, killed by Harris 3 years earlier. Dashcam footage, hidden until now, showed Harris planting a knife after the shooting. "That was my brother," Robert said, voice steady but eyes burning. "He was no threat." The jury saw Harris's facade crack as Ward played the clip, his outburst, "You don't know what it's like out there," sealing his fate. After 3 days, the jury returned, guilty on all counts: aggravated assault, civil rights violations, official misconduct. Judge Lawson's sentencing was unflinching. "You abused your badge to wage a war on Black citizens, protected by a conspiracy that shames this system. Life without parole." Harris collapsed, shouting, "They're all guilty." "Carter," the judges asked them. His words hinted at a deeper network, but for now, justice had struck. A year later, Harris sat in a stark cell, gray and stooped, abandoned by the order. His safety relied on Black correctional officers who treated him with a professionalism he'd never shown. Across town, Lieutenant Colonel Evans led a new civil rights enforcement division, rooting out 28 order members, including Chief Carter, caught fleeing with millions. Dr. Nathan Thompson's Marcus Thompson Justice Foundation funded legal aid for victims and police reform, while Clara's advocacy group supported affected families. At Arlington, the Thompsons visited General Marcus's grave. Nathan placed his father's watch on the headstone. "He knew," Nathan said. "He planned it all, even his death, to trap Harris where he couldn't hide." Emma, now stronger, nodded. "Grandpa won." A nearby memorial honored Harris's 17 victims, their names etched in stone, their stories reclaimed. The case reshaped Lakeside County. The Thompson Accountability Act mandated body cameras and independent investigations, inspiring similar laws nationwide. Trust between police and communities remained fragile, but Evans's dialogue sessions began rebuilding bridges. Harris, in his cell, received a final note from the order. "Your sacrifice saved us. The mission continues." He crumpled it, realizing he'd been a pawn in a game he thought he controlled. This story isn't just about one cop's foul, it's about a system that let him thrive and the courage it took to tear it down. Have you seen injustice in your community? Do you believe violence by those in power can ever be justified? Or is accountability the only path? Share your thoughts below. Your voice matters in this fight for justice.